Hi everyone, tonight I'm going to show you how to make our Tex-Mex Southwest salad with the spiced lime cilantro dressing. And this recipe uses a lot of our tools, so it's a great one to do to show you how everything works. I have prepped some of it so that this won't take quite as long as it would otherwise. Trying to show you what I'm doing makes it longer, so I prepped some of it halfway so that we can move a little faster. It is quite a little recipe here, a lot of little things to do, but we're going to start out with the salad, and it takes a pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast, 2 tablespoons of Tex-Mex rub, 2 tablespoons of infused garlic oil, a can of Mexicorn, which the store was out, so I'm just using some frozen corn, a head of romaine lettuce, and we should be good with it now, a can of black peas, a pint of grape tomatoes, 4 ounces of Monterey Jack cheese. I like cheese, so I'm putting 8 ounces in. 4 white corn tortillas. We are going to make our own little croutons for the topping out of that. Half a small red onion and an avocado. And then our dressing will be a large jalapeno seeded, loosely packed cilantro, garlic, Hidden Valley Ranch, lime juice, sour cream, and mayonnaise all mixed together in our manual food processor. So to start out, I have half of our chips done here in the bowl. They're crunchy. But we're going to take our forged chef's knife. It has a circle here to show you where to hold it. You should hold it here properly. And then you rock it to properly cut. We do have a video on that. I'm going to cut these in half and we'll make them a little smaller afterwards. We are going to spray these with oil, and we don't use Pam because of all the chemicals in there. We use our kitchen spritzer. Mine has canola oil in it. You just pump it up, and when you start to feel a little bit of resistance there, you quit. Tip it sideways and make sure you got oil in your pump. You can turn your top and spray from the side, and it sprays just like your Pam would. And then we're going to add just a dash of salt. This is our salt grinder. And you only have to turn one way with this. You don't have to go back and forth like other grinders. And the same with our pepper. But we're gonna toast these up in the microwave. So we want them coated a little bit here. And just a fun fact for you. Pepper, when you buy it in the store ground, once it's ground, it has a 30-day shelf life. Yeah, get that backwards. Shelf life. So, you know, you never know how long it's sitting on the shelf in the store, so it's probably already expired by the time you get it. Whole peppercorns do not expire at all because they haven't been ground. They're still, you know, crunchy and that. So grinding them yourself, you have a better pepper flavor and you get fresh pepper every time. These are going into our small ridge baker, and it has the ridges in it so that you can cook bacon on it, even steaks and everything else. But we're going to use it to do our tortillas. This is going to go in the microwave for 2 minutes to start, and then a minute after that until we're done with it. Next comes our chicken. I'm going to move this a little bit. This is our square grill pan. I'm never good at getting this. You let it heat up, grill and the pan, and the grill cooks from the top, the pan cooks from the bottom, and we're using the square because we're only using a pound of chicken tonight, but I do want to show you over here. This is our double grill pan. You can do chicken on one end, vegetables on the other, and have a complete meal done in this, or if you're cooking up a lot, it will hold a pound of bacon and cook that up really fast with the presses. But I don't want to have to wash it, so I'm going to use our small one. The chicken is 2 tablespoons of canola oil with 2 tablespoons of our Tex-Mex, the garlic infused canola oil, and is Pampered Chef, and our Tex-Mex seasoning. And it's just mixed together in there like this. Get it flavored. Throw the bag away, saves getting the bowl dirty. So I've had this on for about 5 minutes. This is our trivet. I love it because it will hold the press being hot. Our kitchen tongs, these are the large. Squeeze them, hold them upright, they'll stay closed. squeeze them and turn them upside down and they open up. We are going to, you want your chicken and whatever you're cooking, oil before you put it in the pan. If you put the oil in the pan, a lot of oil can sit there and not good for your meat or for you consuming it. So you want the oil on your chicken or your meat before you put it in here. You can hear that searing. Let's see if my microwave is willing to wait on me. So this is a pound of chicken, and it's only going to have to cook 4 to 5 minutes on each side. And since I'm going to be working on the rest of the salad, I'm going to set my timer. Just be on the safe side. Since I'm not watching it, I'm going to give it 5 minutes. These are our microwave grips. Kids like them because they look like a mouth and they can play with them. They're small, they don't get in your way, easy to grab, even things without a handle out of the microwave. And we're going to stir these chips up, and they're still not soft or crunchy. They'll start turning a little bit brown, so we'll be putting them back in. Last batch took 2 extra minutes, so I'm going to imagine this batch will too. Do them a minute at a time. Okay. Now, next step is we're going to start building our salad. The first step is romaine lettuce. We're going to chop the end off of it. We're going to use our chef's knife again. And we're just going to chop it up. I don't like the looks of that ends there, so I'm going to take them off. We're going to chop it up in slices. And then we're going to wash it, because even your bagged lettuce in the store, you would think it would be all clean and okay to use, has a lot of dirt in it. And you find that out when you use our berry and salad spinner, which we will be using with this to clean our lettuce. Some of these are kind of big for... This is our salad and berry spinner. 2 things. The handle locks, but if you push up, it will open. The black button here is a brake, because of the fact that it can get going up to 33 miles an hour. Small basket inside is for berries, smaller items. The big one is for your lettuce and bigger things. So we're going to toss our lettuce in here. And then I'm just going to run it under water, get it wet and washed. Kind of shake it. I guess I can turn this. We're going to get it wet, shake it around to make sure your water gets in between all that, since we are washing it. Then we're going to let that drip. And we're going to come back around here and put it in here. Turn it a little more. And before I start pumping that, I'm going to check this again, because it should need about 1 more minute. We got 2 minutes left on our chicken. It really isn't hard to keep track of all of this, especially if you set timers. And I'm going to go ahead and give them 1 more minute just because we want them crunchy. Now for the salad spinner, it's just pumping it. And I put my finger here because it will latch and lock every time I get it on there. I don't know if you can see the water accumulating on the side. Now you can. So it just spins out all that water and dirt. And then when you want to stop it, you just push the brake on the back. And you can tell how fast it spins because it leaves a funnel in there. So now we're going to put this, we're going to use our large entertainment. Oh, one thing on this, everything can be washed. I wash it by hand. It is dishwasher safe, but it keeps it safer. Your lid's here. This and on our manual food processor cannot be immersed in water. They can be rinsed off, they can be wiped down, but they cannot go immersed in water. So that's always a good thing to know. These are nice and brown, so they just need to set aside. And then dump them in here. Come on, it's caught on my... Okay. Set this aside. Okay. It's time to turn our chicken. The handle does not get hot. It will get a little warm, but see how pretty that is? And it's got the grill marks in that. So if you don't want to grill outside, this will give you your grill marks, your grill flavor. And if this were a live cooking show, you would be able to smell this chicken. It smells delicious. And I'm only going to give it 4 minutes this time, because that did well. Okay. So, this wasn't too bad. You can see the water in there. Yeah. Not too bad. A little bit dirty. So, we are going to start building. My kitchen's kind of hard for doing this much stuff in a small amount, in a space where you can see it. So we're going to stack our lettuce on here. Now that it's clean and mostly dried. And I'm going to mix it up so it's not all one type, top, bottom. And get it kind of flat because we are going to build upon this. And this salad gets pretty tall, pretty fast. Okay, so while that, toss the chicken, got that one. Okay, we're going to open the black beans with our smooth edge can opener. Even though it has a pop top lid, you can still use our smooth edge can opener, or move the handle a little bit. This right here will also pop your tops for you. The beak here is for, this button pushes the beak to pull the lid off, but you just set it on there and just start turning. You can go right or left, either way. It works for both right-handed, left-handed, and you'll feel the give when it gets all the way around. Right there, just backwards and lift it up. Take the beak again, our little parrot beak, put it on there and lift it up. Now, we are going to turn over here to the sink because we're going to drain these and rinse them. So, this is our measuring colander. It's got measurements on it, so if you need to measure, it's great for rinsing. But if for some reason you only needed, say, half of this, you would be able to, what are we at, 1.5 cups? So if we only needed a cup, we could easily measure it. And if your sink's narrow enough, this will just sit on the sink and drain. So we're going to let it drain just a few seconds. I'm going to cut my corn open so I can use that mix. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put the corn right on top because they're both going to be spread on it. And since it's not quite thawed out, we'll run the water over it to finish thawing it. Also, the very bottom of this is the same size as the inside of a tuna can. So if you wanted to, you could set it inside your tuna can, turn it upside down, and push and drain your tuna with it. Now we're going to let that set and drain. Because we got 24 seconds on our chicken. So let's go back around here to the chicken. And once the chicken's done, we are going to put it in our plastic batter bowl with our lid so that it can set and rest. And it's going to drive me crazy, so I need to wipe up my oil. This smells really good, you guys. It's gonna be delicious. So we want to just let it set, let the flavor set into it. So we're going to put the lid on there. Show you that. Doesn't that look delicious? And we're just gonna let it set. And once we're ready for it, or just before, we're going to be chopping it with our salad choppers, which I will talk about that then. Okay. So, we have our lettuce on the bottom. We're going to finish making this. Oh, two things. Your spritzer, kitchen spritzer, always release the air from it before you just put it in storage. I twisted it on tight, or I always forget to get it tight enough. So release the air from it. I put this back on, but it lets the inside not be under pressure, so it doesn't pop or break or anything. So after our lettuce, we want our corn and our beans put on our salad. So see if I can do this and get them about even. And then with this, it has avocados and tomatoes, and not everybody likes those, so my son's going to be sharing this with me. Sad to say, I got him back home and he's 32 years old, so he doesn't like tomatoes or avocados, so I will set those aside and add them to mine and let him have salad without his. Okay, so after those two, we need, let's see, using the salad choppers, chop the chicken and sprinkle it. Wow, that didn't set very long. Okay, I'm going to let that set just a few minutes longer. Using the coarse grater, grate the cheese. Okay. I did, like I said, I did 4 ounces of cheese, or 8 ounces of cheese instead of the 4 ounces. We're going to move the salad down here. This is our coarse grater, and when you get it, it has a plate over it so you don't catch your fingers on it, because it will pull skin off your fingers. This is the carrier so that you can put your cheese in there. There's a button on the side here. You notice how the handle's sitting off to this side? It needs to go over, and instead of use the button, I pull the handle. Pull the handle and come out. The first lock will set it in the A, and the second lock push will take it so it's got feet. It will set on a bowl so that you can grate it over a bowl. I'm going to go to the A-frame. And you'll notice I've been using my flexible cutting mats on everything tonight. I love these mats just because of the fact that they are flexible. The cheese that I grated up beforehand, I was able to just pick up this mat and dump it into a sandwich bag because it will close up enough that you can squeeze it enough that you can fit the cheese into a sandwich bag. I'm going to take the extra cheese off of there. we're done with that, we will get rid of it into the seed. Okay, so I just pick it up and bend it, and it will fit right into the top of a sandwich bag. So it's easy to move things and get them where you want them. Picking up stuff and dumping it in your pans when you're cooking. The flexible cutting mats are really great for that. So we have our cheese done. Then we need to, excuse me, this salad slicer for our red onion. Red onion, this one is big for my simple slicer. So I'm going to cut it in half. So we're going to have it cut in fourths anyway. So I think I'm going to do that ahead of time instead. I've dripped water on it. This is our simple slicer. It also has a carrier. You always want to use it. You can take a good chunk of skin off of you. It has a locked position so that you can wash it and it stays below this level here. Then level 1 is very fine. Level 2 gives you a little more. And level 3 is a lot bigger. We're going to do this one on 2. We want these a little finer. And make sure this is on here. Sometimes you can miss that the holder's not on there. But we're going to take 2 pieces and drop them in here. Hopefully I can get them in there. And we're just going to, it's very easy, just like this. Try and keep it from sliding off the end of the hopper. You can also do this one over a bowl. It has a little feet here to do it over a bowl. But how great is that for onions? You could use this to slice up all your condiments for a barbecue. If you were barbecuing, I take pickles and I cut them in half so that they're all about the same height and put them in here. So it's, a lot of times you'll have vegetables that stick up above here, so you kind of have to hold it like this to get it going until this starts on there, so your pusher. This has prongs that hold onto your food, so it moves them. So if your vegetables stick up above it, it's a little harder to get going at first, but it still works. So I'm going to drop this down the tree to get that out of there. And then I put it back up to close. We will be putting these on there. A few pieces that are wide and didn't quite get chopped, I'm going to chop up a little bit. Okay. So now we'll go to our chicken. These are our salad choppers. They're made to chop up salad. If you got your salad in a bowl, and sometimes, you know, you get really big leaves and that of lettuce and that, you can take this and just chop them up, and it's twin blade. Lifetime guarantee on it. Mine's getting old enough that my spring pops out once in a while, but it still works great. I could send them in and get them replaced, but I don't want to get rid of them right now. For the chicken, though, I turn them upside down like this and just start chopping. The more you chop, you can go from either chunks or all the way to shredded. So if you've got pork that you've done in either on the stove or in the slow cooker, you can use these for that. It will shred it. And then there went my spring. There's some down here that we're gonna have to get hold of. The only thing with the spring is it keeps it popping open, so it's easy to chop with. So I may have to replace these. My little red button pops down and closes on it too. These are probably 5 years old. I've had them for a long time. So they've gotten a lot of use. My newer pair that I got a year ago are working just great. So they will last a long time. These have seen a lot of use. So you just want to, depending on how fine you want them. You can tell the places I keep chopping are getting smaller. So if you want it really fine, to go over it and kind of cover it all, or if you want chunks. So chicken goes on here next. And the really nice thing with your chicken on this, it makes it gives you your protein, so your salad can be a main course. Just a little. And let's just throw it all over. Okay, so then comes our, I think our cheese and our onions. It's all gonna go on there. So, cheese, grated cheese, and then onion. Save the extra cheese to be thrown on there if you want it. Onion. Now, if you want to make your onion, red onion or any other, so it doesn't have quite the bite in it, you can put it in the small berry spinner and run it underwater and spin it out, and it will take the bite out of your onions. So, it took me a while to decide I needed that salad spinner. It's like, I can wash my lettuce myself. I can do this. I'll tell you what, being able to get everything clean and know it's clean that fast, doing berries and everything without it getting all messed up, has been really nice. It's well worth the money I paid for it. So, let's see. Smooth edge. Coarse grated. Okay, grape tomatoes. Place them in the closing cut. One thing I want to show you, if you notice how on the salad choppers you get chicken down in there, it also has two little things right here. If you take the scrapers from your stoneware, or you can just buy a 3-pack of them for $3.75, these work really great at cleaning this out, so that you don't have to worry about getting your hands in there or trying to get it so that you can clean it. So that works really good to clean that out. Closing cut is, this is our closing cut. What it is it's spring-loaded. Opens it up, the top and bottom are spring-loaded. So what it does is it'll cut things in half. Cherry tomatoes, which is what we're going to do tonight. With as thick as your chicken breasts are, part of this recipe said to beat the chicken breasts until they're all the same size for cooking so they get done. I put them in here when I bought them, and so I didn't show you tonight. I put them in here and cut them in half. Same as with the cherries here. You just close this, it's spring-loaded. I'm going to use our color-coated chef knife. It needs to be a 7-inch blade, which this is, and you just kind of saw through. It has a stop at the back, and they're cut in half. Just that easy and that nice. And it'll do the same for your chicken breasts. You'll come out with even pieces. It will cook faster, and it's just really simple to do, so that you can do them up before you freeze them if you're prepping ahead. And then when you're ready to cook, they're already sliced, you're ready to go. It is dishwasher safe, so that you can just throw it in the dishwasher and it's nice and clean. Then we need avocado. My son doesn't like avocado either. And what it tells me to do is to chop it up with a knife, which, yeah, there's an easier way to do it. So I'm going to remove that. I didn't buy the avocado peeler before they discontinued it, so I just use a large spoon, and it works just fine. Now what I'm going to do, instead of chopping this up with a knife, this is our quick slice. It is like our egg chopper, but they're serrated blades, and I'm supposed to dice these up. So I'm going to slice it this way, and it will pick most of this up, so I can just, and then I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to put it this way. I have diced avocados. So, and you can do that with cherries. You can make a whole salad off of this. Just, you can see the diced on there. Just take and turn it and dice it up, and you've got diced cherries, diced ham, diced anything you want in your salad. So you could do a whole salad on this. It is tender enough to do the avocado, mushrooms, hard-boiled eggs, but I can also put a raw carrot on here, and I have to push a little harder and rock a little more, but it will cut a raw carrot. So to me, it's replaced my egg slicer, and I don't have to replace the blades on it. So I really like that. It's $34 to me, well worth the money. So, okay, next is, so I would be putting the tomatoes on there and the avocado, and it would be looking really pretty. Salad drainer, red onion, knife, scoop avocado, sprinkle the tortilla chips, and serve with tongs. So, just gonna put chips on here. Not quite as pretty as it would be if it had the red and the green for color, but, and then it's ready to be served. Just take tongs and serve it. But we have our cilantro lime spiced dressing to make. So to do that, we will be using our manual food processor. It does come with a lid so that if you want to store what you make in there. It's got a 3-layered blade, and it's got ridges on the inside of here to help the blade move it around. But the lid will fit on top of that after you take this out. And again, like our berry spinner, it's got the pump lid. So to start with that, for the dressing, we are going to put the jalapeno, the cilantro, and the garlic in there and pump it until it's fine. Jalapeno, okay. For the jalapeno, we have a scoop loop that easily takes the seeds and everything out of your bell peppers, and it will take the seeds out of a pumpkin, anything big like that, cantaloupe and that, just push it down in, and I'll show you a video of that later. But for peppers, for jalapeno peppers, I'm going to use our core and more. This end will take the tops out of your strawberries. It's got little teeth in there. This one is a melon baller, and it will do nice round balls because it doesn't have the bottom in here, so you can keep turning and turning.